Good morning, guys. MWUSA Season 3, Episode 258. And I think last year we had 257. So we had even more episodes this year than last year, which is crazy that we have that many episodes, that many sessions out. I'm closing in on 500 sessions of blackjack this year. So crazy. It is Friday morning. 18 degrees outside, and just leaving home, and I'm starting to think that maybe I am a little under the weather because I have been feeling tired lately. I made a couple mistakes yesterday on the podcast. At one point I said that the dealer had a 2 and got a 9 and a 6, which is 17, and I said they busted, when actually what I meant to say was I had a 19, so I won the hand. At another place I said I was 2 hours behind schedule, and then I was slowed down by traffic, so now I'm an hour ahead of schedule, which obviously I meant I was 2 hours ahead, and then the traffic slowed me down. I was 1 hour ahead. So I'm thinking straight and doing everything properly, but hopefully I'm not leaking some EV somewhere. Tomorrow, of course, will be a day off from playing, so hopefully whatever I have works its way through the system here, and we're ready to go for a Sunday, which should be a pretty big Sunday, so we'll see how that goes. I mentioned that I had about $9,000 or $9,000, whatever, that I was waiting for. I think it was closer to 9 to hit my bank account, and about 3 of it hit last night, but I'm a little concerned about the rest of it. I know it'll get there, but the way that I work and the way that we all work is, we're doing everything in the moment, and we want everything to be instant. We win at a blackjack table, we walk up to the cashier, we get our money, but so I'm trying to be patient on that stuff. And I did receive like $100 and something in my account that I don't know what that is, so I'll have to look into that. I mean, I received it, so it's not a bad thing, but I don't know where that money came from. Today, the goal is to get 2 to 3 sessions of blackjack in, and probably 3 or 4 sessions of slots in, and just finish the week in a good way. I don't know where I am for the week. I think I'm right on schedule, but I'm not positive. For the year, we're definitely doing fine, and just need to keep things going for a little bit longer here to get our goal for the first time, I might add. So every year I've been a little bit short of my goals, which I think is good. That means the goals are good. They're solid goals, but I'm ready to hit that goal for this year. So right now I'm heading out to my first place. I have 2 meetings today, one in the morning, and I will do that one after my first stop, and then one tomorrow afternoon, which I should hit right around the time I hit my last casino, and that one is a shorter meeting, and that should be it. You got to keep an eye on everything. Did a lot of work last night, and made everything look good, and sent out all the emails I needed to be caught up. So that's what's going on right now, and heading off to my first place, and I'll be back to update you soon. Alright guys, I am back. If slow and steady wins the race, we're going to win the race, because that was very slow. I walk in, I see one machine that has a play on it. Sit down, play that. Now, this is a high variance machine. It's $5 a spin. Sit down, start playing, and I'm in it for 400. I'm down 386, something like that, when it finally hits. And by the time the play is over, I'm ahead like $57, $58, something like that. Move on to another machine, find another play on that one, and I lose $50 on that one. And the funny thing is, I lost $50 at the 50-cent play, but I won $50 at the $5 play. But it's just mind-boggling to me. Both of them should have been way better. I should have made $300 or $400 on the first machine, and at least $30 or $40 on the second machine. But anyway, at that point, I'm ahead like $7. I move on. I find one more play. I play that through, win a couple bucks, and really that's all I could find. I did see some people checking machines on my way out, and someone had definitely been there before me, but I believe that $5 play was going to be too much for most of the guys that hang out in this area. And then I checked some machines along the front. There was a lot of security hanging around. I don't know if it was a change of shift going on or what, but and then I left. So I ended that session ahead a big $12. But what are you going to do? We're going to take it one step at a time. We're going to keep moving forward. Now at this point, I am half an hour away from my meeting starting. So I'm going to get down the road a little bit and hop on that meeting, and then we'll continue our trip and go play some blackjack. So that's what's going on right now. The temperature is 19 degrees. It's a clear, sunny day outside, and I'll be back to update you soon. All right, guys, continuing my trip. That meeting went the full hour, and also construction going on, so slowing us down. Right now it looks like we got another 40 minutes to go still. I've been on the phone, I've been emailing, I've been sending Teams messages, because one of the penetration tests that we're going to do on Monday, starting Monday, is for sites that are not reachable externally. And that's a problem. That means that someone like me or you from my home computer can't get to these sites, so the testing company can't get to them without VPN access. And setting up VPN access would take weeks. So right now we are working on alternate sites that are available externally to get that to the testing company so that we can get this taken care of on time. So dealing with that stuff right now. Finished up the team meeting, and here we go, man. It's going to be a long day, I think. I'm going to have a bunch of extra meetings added because of this, and hopefully it still allows me to get a couple sessions of blackjack in. I'm going 4 hours each direction today, and so 8 hours of driving, and I've already been in meetings for over an hour today, and I have another hour or half an hour coming up this afternoon. So my day is already completely full just doing the meetings, driving to the casino, and driving home. My day is over. So I got to get in there, I got to get some time in, and hopefully nothing else happens that makes things any worse. But that's what's going on right now, and continuing my trip, and I'll be back to update you. Alright guys, a little development here. I'm driving down the street, minding my own business, and I hear dee-doo, 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 dee-doo. I'm like, what? I look down, and antifreeze problem again. So, unfortunately, I was a couple miles away from an exit. I did have enough to get me to the next exit, and then went to a gas station, topped it off, and everything appears to be good now. I used the opportunity to get fuel as well, so we should be good for most of the trip. We should almost get us home from here with the gas that I just got. It looks like we got the problem resolved for the office work, so that all looks good. It's now after lunchtime, and we still haven't played any blackjack, so getting back on the highway again. Should be pretty close to a casino within 10 minutes, I think, of a casino, and we'll go in there, play some blackjack, and we'll see what happens with that. But when I get those wheel hubs changed out this weekend, I'll see if we can diagnose this leak in the coolant. So hopefully it's something simple like the plastic reservoir, but you never know. We'll find out. That's the fun of life, man. If everything was easy, what fun would it be? So anyway, letting you go right now. I'll be back. All right, guys, heading back to the car. Cold. So I go in, and as always, I can't find any slot plays in this place anymore. It's just not possible. Too many people. And I played some blackjack, and then when I left, I looked at slots again and didn't see anything again. So nothing on the slots. Now, as far as the blackjack, I found a table, and there was some opportunity on that table. I sat down to take advantage of it, but never really got there. I did end up playing that table about half an hour or a little more than a half hour, and I had a few ups and downs. Initially, I couldn't win a hand, and then I couldn't lose a hand, and then I couldn't win a hand again, but part of variance, I guess. I did end up leaving the table ahead $525, and at that point, I looked at my phone, and I noticed that Coach had called me. Excuse my noise, I got some food here. Coach had called me, and he wanted to talk about some things going on in his area, so we talked on the phone for a while, and then I let him go, and I needed to get perspective from a friend of mine about what Coach was talking about. So I called him and talked to him about it, and he's going to do some research, and we're going to see if it's something that we can make some money from. And then got some food. Actually got chicken quesadilla again. I got this last week, I think. It was pretty good, actually. So, and then on my way out, I saw a guy who is an advantage player, but has some money management issues, as in when there's no advantage plays, he plays anything. I talked to him for a minute. I hadn't seen him for probably a couple of months. And in fact, he owed me some money, and he gave it to a friend of mine who gave it to me. So we were all even. In fact, I actually owed him some money, so because he had overpaid. So I saw him. He's like, "Man, I know I still owe you, but could I borrow $60?" I'm like, "Actually, I owe you money." So I gave him some cash, and he was happy about me being honest about it. And he told me that his father had recently passed away, and talked about that for a while, and then let him go. So right now I'm back in my car. I'm getting ready to move on to another casino. But first, we have to eat. I'm going to relax, and then we're going to head out to the next casino, get another blackjack session in. I actually have to see when my meeting is. I think it's not till like 2:30 or 3. But I'll check that out, figure out where we're at, and go from there. So for now, I'm going to let you go, and I'll be back to update you. Sorry, guys, I was talking to you with my mouth full, I think. For a minute there, I was busy getting my food out and took a bite before I finished recording. I apologize. But at this point, I'm getting close to my next casino. We're going to hop in there and hopefully get some blackjack in. But lately, it's been really tough to get blackjack in. So we'll see what happens with that. For sure, we're going to look at slots first. Getting close to the end of the year. I'm getting excited. This year has gone pretty well. There were a couple spots there where things were getting a little bit iffy, and I was getting a little bit worried. But to be honest, we all go through all the same stuff, and the ups and downs, the crazy emotions, and all that kind of stuff. So if I can get in and out of here in an hour, then I can get to my next casino and do my meeting there. There will be enough time to do that. If not, no big deal. I can always pull over somewhere, but we'll see what happens. Right now, it's still cold outside, 19 degrees. The car seems to be in good shape, no issues. I just think it was so low on coolant that even when I put some in it, it was still borderline. So luckily, I was able to stop at the next exit and get some. In a pinch, a little bit of water would have been okay. I try not to do that, but thankfully everything's okay. So anyway, I'll be back. No, Mr. Superman, no here. Anyway, just got out of there. I'm not going to make it to the other casino before my meeting. It took too long in there. But I found no slot plays. And I did play some blackjack on a low limit table, only because there was a hole card opportunity, and unbelievable the bad variance with the hole card opportunity. I've got a 16. No, what do I have? I have a 16 against a 10. Is that what it was? No. I have a 14 against a 10. And I know that he's got a 6 underneath. I stay. He looks at me like, what are you, crazy? I'm like, that's fine. And he hits a 4. I have a 14 against a 10. I stay because he's got a 4 underneath. He gets a 5. Like, all these dumb things kept happening, and I looked terrible because why am I playing these hands this way? And eventually things did turn around, but I ran out of time and had to leave. This guy had to leave too. He's going on break or leaving or whatever for the day. And I end up doing all that, taking all that stupid risk, hitting things I shouldn't hit, staying on things I shouldn't stay on, while counting and hole carding, and made $125. Beautiful. I love that. That's very nice. 125. Get out of here. So, $125 there. I see a friend in there. I talked to him for a minute. And right now we're moving on. Everything seems good with the car. I don't think I'm going to have any more problems with it today. And we're going to move on to the next casino and see if we can make some more money. I'll be back. Alright guys, I am back. I moved on to the next casino, and not really much happening. It's busy, it's crowded. I saw advantage players from about 5 different cities there, and it's not that great of a place to play, so there isn't that much opportunity anyway. I only ended up making 1 play. Everything else, no good. I did have one guy walk up to me and say, hey, look, that one's close. I'm like, yeah, it is. But the guy hit it, so that's no good. And then he also said, come here, I want to show you something. And I'm like, okay, I'm interested, let's go see. And I was going that direction anyway, so we go over there and look around. And he's like, see that? I got that to where it is. I'm like, okay. And he's like, put some money in there, I think you're going to win. I said, did you read the directions of that game? And he said, what? It's this and this. I'm like, no, the directions say that's all garbage for entertainment purposes. It means nothing. You know, what you're telling me is the reason you want to play it. It specifically says in the rules that it's for entertainment purposes only. So he didn't really believe me, and he was hanging around that machine for a while, waiting for someone else that he knows to drop by so that he can ask them for money, but he wasn't going to get it from me. So I did see another guy and his daughter, and this guy is actually pretty good. He's a lower scale guy. He only plays 1 casino, and he comes in a couple times a day. I think he's retired, and he brings his wife in sometimes. Today he brought his daughter in, who's in her probably mid to late 30s, and he was showing her around. And he told me that this year he was ahead about 40,000, which I believe him, and that he puts his money in CDs, which, you know, if you don't know a lot about the markets and you want your money to stay the same value, that's one thing you could do, but at least he understands how to play. He makes safe plays for the most part, and he made 40,000 this year. It's not bad. So anyway, should we talk about what we ate today? What did you eat today, MW? I really didn't eat much. I had that chicken quesadilla thing, and it was pretty good, and I scarfed that thing down. I was so hungry. I felt bad. I started chewing on it before I finished the podcast, and it was pretty good. I give it a 9 or so on a scale of 2 through ace. It didn't make my stomach hurt or anything, which is nice, but I can tell they used a ton of oil in that thing. So and then what did you tip today, MW? And today I didn't use any waitresses or any slot attendants for anything. Didn't get any slot jackpots, so there was no one to tip there. And I only played 2 sessions of blackjack, and they went okay, but not great. And it was a very, how should I say it? It was a very boring-ish day. Not a lot of action, not a lot of money on the table, and just a lot of back and forth between me and the dealer. And it stayed in a pretty tight range, so there really wasn't much to tip for. So I tipped $0 today. So I don't know what my record is for tipping. I can't imagine that my record would be any more than like $25 in a day, and that would have to be like 5 or 6 casinos. So just keep that in mind. If I'm playing 5 days a week, 50 weeks a year, that's 250 days. If I just give them $10 a day, it's $2,500. What could you do with $2,500? Put that in a time value of money calculator and see how much money that would be by the time you retire, depending on what age. Let's just say you're 25 years old and put it in, and you don't even touch it until you're 65. You'd be shocked how much money that is. So anyway, that's what's happening right now. I'm going to let you go, and I'll be back to update you soon. Alright guys, as I am continuing toward home, doing a lot of other AP stuff, some research, some actual investment, and just made $150 on my drive home. So add that, later on when I get the money. But so far so good. Everything is good. Gonna take a break tonight. Gonna take the wife out to dinner, and gonna take a break tomorrow, and then Sunday we'll be back at it again. For a long night Sunday, and depending on how things go, I may actually leave very early on Sunday. It may be a 20-hour day followed by a full day of work. That's right, we're going to go for it. We're going to see what happens here. So, if it works out, it works out. I just have to check on some things, and if that can happen, that would be great. I would love to make $2,000 just on Sunday and get us even closer to our goal. So that's what's going on right now. Heading toward home. It's 30 degrees right now, and the sun is starting to go down. Got a long way to go to get home, so gonna sit back and relax, and I'll catch up with you guys later on. If you have any questions or comments, my email is mwusa21@gmail.com. mwusa21@gmail.com. See you next time.